Find the gifts Dad craves at Lowe's. Right now, you can save on select Skill Power Core 12 tools that feature 25% longer runtime and have patented cooling technology. Save $10 off the Skill Power Core 12 brushless drill driver kit, now just $59.98. Or upgrade Dad's toolbox and save $30 on the 5-tool brushless combo kit, now just $169. There's nothing sweeter than Father's Day at Lowe's. Offer valid 6/9 through 6/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3590. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are in the Men's Room. On tap today, once again, Ryan Castle joins us from his basement studio bar dungeon, and once again, we will sit and spin. And today, we have 10 famous songs with celebrities in the lyrics. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
The clack. Drink, I take drunk.
All right, here we go to State College, Pennsylvania, where a hunter accidentally shoots an 81-year-old man in the head. He's just walking around. Shot him right in the top of the head.
Well, he said he looked like a deer.
In Kansas, police spent an entire day chasing camel that escaped from farm and fled. Man buys Greek statue and upset that it's missing one of its boys. Tesla drivers will be driving now and can play with one of their toys. And a woman smokes weed on Facebook Live and forgets she lives in North Carolina. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, on Friday's show, a woman by the name of Tessica Brown, she was our Shot of the Day honoree for a second time in less than 1 year. Her first appearance was in February when she used Gorilla Glue in place of her normal hairspray. Her hair was stuck in a ponytail for weeks until she received plastic surgery. Then last week, she used various chemicals to bleach her hair. And now her hair is falling out, quote, in chunks. It should also be noted, this same woman, she launched her own hair care line in June. So I'm just saying, use at your own risk. Meanwhile, an actual hairdresser in Kentucky, she woke up from a nap, only to discover that her pet guinea pig, Dixie, had chewed off her bangs while she'd slept. But look, if you have hair, it is inevitable that something will go wrong. Jimmy Kimmel, he set his hair and eyebrows on fire this past Thanksgiving while cooking turkey for his family. But this is also the same guy that burned his body hair lighting a grill on July 4th of 2020. But that's okay. He's not alone. Nicole Richie, most famous for being the daughter of Lionel Richie, she set her hair on fire blowing out her 40 birthday candles back in September. To Joel Madden, that's her husband, to his credit, he quoted Paris Hilton and said, "That's hot." But look, all kinds of things happen to your hair, right? If you got hair, dumb stuff happens. It could be the woman in China whose hair got stuck in the neck massager for 2 hours. Don't worry, local fire department eventually showed up and freed her. There's also the woman who needed medical advice to remove the stray pubic hair that had gotten stuck in her throat after a night of, well, you know.
No.
Oh, yeah. She reached out to Reddit and said, look, man, I've been clearing my throat. I'm doing all the normal things. It will not go away. And we'll share her story coming up. But today is all about hair. It could be the hair on your head, hair on your face, your crotch, armpits, legs, arms. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're the woman servicing Miles all those years ago and fried chicken crumbs fell to the top of your hair.
What?
So today we just want to know this. What happened to your or someone else's hair?
Be part of the big show. Call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
This Father's Day, refresh Dad's tool collection with the sweetest brands like Cobalt at Lowe's. Right now, you can buy one select Cobalt 24-volt max kit and get one select Cobalt Bear tool free, up to a $139 value. The gift of powering Dad's summer projects is priceless. Shop Lowe's in-store or online today to make it happen. While supplies last, valid 5/2 through 7/31.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has a wide range of electrified vehicles, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Only available in select states. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
The best defense is a good offense. So before the sewer backs up into your home and wreaks havoc, stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is there for you when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Paw Patrols, and away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3,590. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. This beautiful December day in Seattle. Oh, man, oh, man. Guaranteed future repeat.
Yeah.
Ryan Cass is going to join us from his basement studio bar dungeon, and once again, we will sit and spin today. Ryan brings in 10 famous songs with celebrities in the lyrics.
The celebrity, Ted, I feel like the rap world would represent huge in that. What did we read today? Mm-hmm. All right, so today, as a quick aside, the Pina Colada song. What's the name? Rupert something?
Rupert Holmes.
Rupert Holmes. All right. So apparently, the lyric that everyone knows from that song is if you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. Well, we find out today as we're reading, it was originally if you like Humphrey Bogart and getting caught in the rain, right? So he would be in today's Sit and Spin, but he changed it to pina colada because apparently Rupert Holmes writes a lot of songs where he references
Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart, right? So he changed it to pina colada. And then to move forward, the truth is he hates pina coladas. He does not enjoy them. And furthermore, he believes that pina coladas taste like kaopectate diarrhea medicine. Who knew?
Oh, okay.
But had he kept it the same, maybe he was featured today.
Well, these are, today it's going to be name dropping. And as far as, and I know in the rap world, a lot of other artists are mentioned in rap songs, but these are more celebrities who do other things. So it's not necessarily, there's a lot of actors involved, there's a lot of actresses involved, just famous people in general. It doesn't matter what your level of fame is. There used to be a band called the Oak Ridge Boys.
Yeah, I remember them.
Okay.
I'm old.
Their biggest song was Elvira, as in Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. They wrote this song for her.
For real?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I should have known that, being that I'm of the age. I remember the song Elvira, and I knew Elvira was the TV personality. Mm-hmm. I just assumed it was not about her. I was wrong.
Well, yeah, it's about her.
I'm not sure I've seen Cole Sprouse.
Sprouse.
I don't think I've seen any of his movies, but I heard his name dropped in a song, and I was like, oh, he must be famous.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I know his name. I don't know what like, you drop his name, I'd be like, okay. Mm-hmm. Are you insulting him? Is that good?
Well,
do you want to be like him? Do you not want to be like him?
Tyler's just rapping about famous people he hangs out with.
Okay.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Sure,
Cole Sprouse.
I believe that
I would drop DiCaprio.
Billy Joel had a song called We Didn't Start the Fire.
Correct.
And I mean, it is a laundry list of famous celebrity names. I mean, he probably...
What is he, I know the song. I'm not...
Kennedy?
Oh, my God.
Does that count?
You obviously don't remember the song. I mean, he lists a lot of names. That's why I'm like, Kennedy, like, that's the only one that pops out.
All right, okay.
I mean, there's a ton. There's a ton in there. Obviously, Candle in the Wind originally was written for Marilyn Monroe. Now,
But does he mention her?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
He calls her Norma Jean.
Which is her birth name,
but he does not drop. Okay. Harry Truman, Doris Day.
Oh, yeah.
God. Joe DiMaggio, Richard Nixon.
All the currents.
Marilyn Monroe's also dropped in here. Liberace. Sugar Ray. Oh, God. Yeah, you name it. It's just basically Princess Grace, Elvis Presley, Peter Pan gets a mention.
Peter Pan?
James Dean, Einstein, Davy Crockett. Oh, boy. Yeah, there's a ton of names.
That's what I'm saying. He just named so many.
Buddy Holly, Ben-Hur. U2 mentioned in this one.
He mentions Peter Pan and Ben-Hur in one song.
John Glenn. It keeps going. I mean, it is basically the entire song is name checked. So that's what we got for you today.
By the way,
songs with celebrities and lyrics.
Just, Cole Sprouse, according to the texters here, it's the kid from Big Daddy. He's now in the TV show Riverdale.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
Nice.
Still don't know what he looks like, but there you go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I could recognize him. But yeah, the Tyler Creator, Aesop had a song. They name dropped him.
Okay.
And today, by the way, we'll head on over to the Odyssey app exclusively for the Men's Room Happy Hour, Monday through Friday at 6. We leave the KISW airwaves and head over to the Odyssey app for more Men's Room. Needless to say, this is not a kid-friendly show. Do not put this on with your kids in the car or the kids anywhere around.
Do it with someone else's kids, just not your own.
Exactly. But today, it's the exciting return of the effing news, where we have for you news stories that feature the F word, where the F word is included in the story. Sometimes they, depending on the source, they don't spell it all the way out. TMZ will put an asterisk in the middle of the U or whatever they do, but you get the idea.
Well, it's that obvious. Shouldn't you just do it?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, nobody sits there and goes, what do you think TMZ means? I can't. We know. Just spell out the word. It's fine.
Anytime I see...
I star stuff out on Twitter all the time.
It's different. We have a company policy where the company says, look, to the best of your ability, if you're representing the station of the company, try not to just drop the bombs. And you go, okay, it's fair. Same as being on the air. I can call you a mother effer. I just can't say what everyone knows I mean, right?
Yeah.
But do you do it if it's your personal Twitter?
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
God. Oh, hell no. Yeah, that's fun.
Might want to work for Disney one day.
No, you won't.
People come back and read those. You know what I mean? Say, hey, look at this guy. He's dropping the F-bomb.
You can hire me for that job.
Can't trust him, sure. And today on the question, what happened to your or someone else's hair? We'll start with Louisiana native Tessica Brown. She is once again having issues with her hair. She became a viral sensation when she put Gorilla Glue on her ponytail. I think she had to go to the hospital for that, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a couple of weeks, and a plastic surgeon was kind enough to do it for free.
Recently, though, she posted a video on social media sharing a new problem she has with her hair. It is falling out. She started losing it in clumps after using chemicals to change the color. I really thought my hair was strong enough for chemicals. I dyed my hair, and this happened. She explained in the video that she wanted to cover up a few gray hairs. She decided to dye her hair before showering. While she was washing her hair, she noticed that her hair was falling out in clumps. According to this woman's manager, and she has a manager.
I don't know how, but yes.
She said that she dyed her hair brown 2 days ago. Now she might have to shave her head because her hair is like elastic, and it comes right out when she uses a comb. So.
Again, I just want to point out, the same woman, so that was after the Gorilla Glue incident, but before this hair bleaching incident, released a hairline of products.
Yes.
Why would anyone? Is that the person you would go to buy a product for your hair? Because the only thing I've heard about is when something goes terribly wrong.
I agree, but also isn't it kind of your stance on marriage counselors?
What do you mean?
Like, if they're divorced, like you guys would always say, like, well, if they've never been divorced, how can they help me with divorce? Like, she screwed up her hair so bad, maybe she went out and got products that work.
Okay, maybe, but here's the problem. Maybe. After Gorilla Glue, I go, okay, that's reasonable. But now her hair's falling out.
I don't believe she's...
So she is the...
I mean, look, she should go to a salon.
Look, I don't believe she's using a product. You should not be able to buy a product over the counter that's going to make your hair fall out. That's meant for your hair. That's
not that. It's how you use it, though, right? So she's bleaching her hair, not dyeing it, because women always like to point, if I'm making it lighter, I'm bleaching. Okay, fine. So she's bleaching, but like anything, it's like, look, if you use Icy Hot, you can put it on. If you just go to bed with it, like, dude, it irritated my skin. Like, yeah, bro, you're not supposed to leave it on that
and
long.
her hair is still really damaged, so
Right.
she shouldn't have been using that second product.
I don't know what it is about people on the East Coast, but maybe it was a trend or whatever. But when I was in my teens, a bunch of people would bleach their hair.
Oh, yeah.
They would do it at home. Like, you
Sure.
know, they would just put bleach in their hair and then go lay out by the pool. Or
That was the 80s,
next
man.
thing you know, man, I mean, they either got orange hair or it's like shock white or I don't know.
The most amazing thing I have ever seen, and I mean with my own eyes, I was in high school, and there was a girl, I mean, she just had typical, like, black girl hair, right? But one day we come in, and she had gotten her hair did. The thing about it was, and this was on purpose, and I thought she was trying to be funny. That was my mistake. This was a fashion statement she was making, but she had her hair kind of like braided up. So she took 5 braids and it went straight up, okay? But at the top of each braid, it kind of spritzed out, and the braided part had been bleached, so it's kind of brown. The top part, where kind of foliages out, was green, and I thought it was hilarious. But she did it on purpose because she was recreating palm trees.
Palm trees.
This is on her head, but the thing is, so she turns around and looks at me, and it was jarring, you know. I'm like, what the hell? And she's like, what do you think of my hair? And I realized when she said it, based on her voice, like, oh, she did this to look good. So I didn't have the heart to tell her, like, you look goddamn ridiculous. But I just said instead, hey, if you're going for palm trees, man, you nailed that. She's like, yeah, I wanted the palm trees. I'm like, done.
And using products like that at home is a different story than going to a salon.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Because sometimes people end up with weird colored hair.
Does your sister's worked in hair her entire life? Does she have a work story that she tells about something happening with a customer's hair? Has there ever been anything weird?
I mean, generally, if something goes that wrong, she's probably said to him, hey, like, you're paying me, I can do this. But just so you know, like, those chemicals aren't going to work together and your hair is going to look like a weird color.
Right.
But
Understand the decision you're making.
Right. Like, you shouldn't do this, but you know how people are. So, like, yeah, I think anytime it's turned out bad, there was a pre-warning.
Right.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Right. Because, I mean, you're talking to people, you're cutting hair all day. It's not the easiest job, but also, like, they don't want their clients to look bad. So sometimes you got to tell a client, like, no.
They are your business card.
This will look bad.
A hairdresser has revealed her shock after waking up from a drunken sleep to discover her bald guinea pig had chewed off her hair.
But the guinea pig's bald?
Why is the guinea... Yeah, that's my first question.
She has a bald guinea pig. It ate all her hair. She said the creature was jealous of her luscious locks. Gareth Sullivan from Bellevue, Kentucky, had been out to celebrate Thanksgiving last month, and after returning home from getting pretty toxed, pretty drunk there, she decided to curl up on the floor with her 3-year-old guinea pig, Dixie. 29-year-old said she was in a deep sleep and only made the discovery when she looked in the mirror the following morning. Initially, she was horrified by her chewed-up dew, but then her horror turned to fear that her beloved pet had swallowed those clumps of hair and could be sick. But Gareth said she felt some relief. She discovered a pile of her chewed-off strands next to a guilty-looking Dixie. After sharing the image of her before and after hairdo online, social media users found the pictures hilarious, joking that Dixie had been planning on making her very own guinea wig. She's, by the way, a hairstylist. She's vowed to put an end to the sleepovers, being drunk, as she fears it could take a year for her hair to grow back. She doesn't have any hair. I think she's jealous of mine. She'd had quite the meal. It was crazy. I take naps with her all the time, but if I'm drunk, my boyfriend will create a little bed on the floor for me because he knows I like to snuggle with her. I fell asleep when I woke up in the morning, went to the bathroom, looked at myself in the mirror, and my bangs were gone. Our question, what happened to your or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
Someone here, Ted, you'll appreciate this. What the F is hair dead? Isn't it just done? It depends what city you're in, friend. I understand that. Hello, Jessica. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi there.
Hola.
Hola, bitches. Oh.
So what happened to your
What happened to your hair?
Well, I have been as your sister as well, I've been a stylist for many years now. And I wanted to go for a big change, which is always, a risk. I'm a natural brunette, and I wanted to do kind of a caramely, blondish color. And I looked at my beauty school brother, who I was buddies with back in the day in beauty school in 2007. He had been advertising his shop and wanted to, build some clientele. So I shot up there to Seattle and sat in his chair, showed him the picture, was excited. I decided to pull the move where you wait till the end to see it, because I wanted him to do his magic and then flip me around and just be, thrilled.
Sure.
And it turns out, he chopped off about 8 inches, and my whole head was literally canary, like yellowish orange.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Were you dating anyone at the time?
Yes.
Okay, so there's two things that come with this, right? And I think I speak for all men that date any woman that says, not I'm going to get a haircut. That's just a few tears when you get home, because they always took off more than you thought, and it doesn't quite look like what you want. We know this in advance. We're just smart enough not to say anything, but we know you're going to come home pissed. That's why we do things like drink a little before you come home, because you're going to ruin our day when you come home angry. That's one. So now, when you decide for the big change, all right, I promise you, he was sweating because he already knew you'd come home upset. That's just standard haircut stuff with women. But the fact that you're going to change your hair color, he already knew that this was going to be an abject failure. And not only that, he knew he was going to hate what you looked like when you got home.
How many times?
So I hope he was cool at least, or played it off like, hey, baby, don't worry about it. It'll grow back.
Do you know what's funny? I swear, that's amazing you say that, because he literally was like, Jess, like, your hair looks great the way it is. Like, I think he was like,
yes, that's what we all think, but we can't tell you that.
We all know it. This is like asking someone if they're pregnant. We know the rules of this.
Right.
Game.
We don't get engaged.
It's not amazing at all. It's absolutely the rules of engagement for every man on the
If you're a guy and a woman you're with, and not just the haircut,
and you hate it,
but you're going to get a new hairstyle. To us, it's like watching a child eating Staples. Like, we know how this ends, all right? But for whatever reason, with this particular child eating Staples, we are forbidden from warning them about the inherent danger and how upset they're going to be.
Where you would say, hey, are you going to wear that shirt? We can we can change the shirt.
Right.
You can't change your hair. So we know that no matter what we say, like, am I going to go out with you looking like that? You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do. Now, let me ask you this, since you're a stylist. How many times have you done that surprise and turned someone around and they begin to cry?
Never once.
Never? Okay, once. Great. Because I've seen people in my living room crying after coming home from a haircut. Maybe they just held off on it for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I got one more, too.
Maybe they didn't do it in front of me, but I usually got a pretty good eye, and one of the things about being a stylist is it's kind of like being a scientist in a way. You have to use your knowledge and kind of predict the way it could come out.
Sure. Okay. Have you ever cut someone's hair that has lice?
No, but oh boy, in beauty school there were some pretty awful situations I got my hand in.
Is that because those people are volunteering to go in there?
Yeah, and get a free haircut from a girl that doesn't know what she's doing.
They're being a test animal for you, you know what I mean?
Well, they weren't free, but this is disgusting. I'm going to warn you, but let's say a woman that is in her mid-80s probably hasn't had the best scalp health.
Well, no, because they do the blue poof that you can see through. It's like cotton candy on someone's head.
She leans back into the shampoo bowl, and like we're taught to use the balls of our fingers to massage the scalp a bit as we're shampooing. There's such a layer of buildup on this woman's scalp.
Buildup is like moist. It is very seldom a good term, right? If you hear buildup, discharge, moist.
Anyhow.
All right. Well, look, just know your boyfriend was equally disappointed because you came home and the problem is you look terrible, but he can't tell you that because you already know, so he has to lie and try to make you feel better.
And the other one is stop asking me about the curls. We don't care.
Yeah.
We all know you're just trying to stunt on your friend that has crappy hair. So let's go to the bar and you can stunt on her. But what about these curls today? Like, I don't know. Okay, they're good.
And the best part about it is you look like somebody else, but not anybody we would date.
Look at these curls.
Like a stranger, and they're like, I would never have sex with
you. If you started like that, we'd have never talked.
I would have never even sent you that shot. I wouldn't have.
No, you're right.
That's true. Like, I'm going to have to close my eyes and just think of stuff. Like when we first met. What happened to your or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
This Father's Day, refresh Dad's tool collection with the sweetest brands like Cobalt at Lowe's. Right now, you can buy one select Cobalt 24-volt Max kit and get one select Cobalt Bear tool free, up to a $139 value. The gift of powering Dad's summer projects is priceless. Shop Lowe's in-store or online today to make it happen. While supplies last, valid 5/2 through 7/31.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has a wide range of electrified vehicles, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Only available in select states. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
A burst pipe at 3 a.m. is a bad way to start the day. A cold shower in November isn't invigorating. So before you start freaking, call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is just one call away 24 hours a day. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
KISW. The men's room is in progress.
BJ and Miggs have teamed up with the Washington State Council firefighters in Operation Warm this holiday season. Coats for Kids is on. $20 puts a brand new coat on a Washington State child in need. By the way, I believe they're still matching that. Taylor Driving School and UMass Global will be matching donations up to $1,000.
Damn! All right,
$50. They put in $50. That's good stuff right there. Head to KISW.com. Give what you can, as the holidays and the cold weather are on the way. So if you can help out the kids, $20. Anything else, that would be greatly appreciated. Coats for Kids, presented by our friends at Palace Law. Our question: what happened to you or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
Our first caller was Jessica. She's a hairdresser herself, and something went wrong when she went to a friend of hers. Jessica, if you're still listening, text us. Let us know where you work, because we have a couple of people asking where you work. Ted, you'll appreciate this one. Just says, my brother's hair fell out and was on his pillow the next day after my mom put relaxer in his hair and he didn't wash it out all the way. Then it ends in all caps saying, yes, we black.
Oh, really? I never would have guessed.
Yeah. The world of relaxer. 80s were a strange time, man. It was, and I blame Lionel Richie for this, right? So brothers just look like brothers. Mm-hmm. And then in 1 year, basically, Lionel Richie started dancing on the ceiling, and brothers started getting jerry curls, left and right. But, there was no warning that this was coming. You know what I mean? You just went to school one day, and it's like, everybody looks like goddamn Lionel Richie. It was crazy. But it's one of those things, whatever the product was you used to keep your jerry curl in place and looking good and shiny, smelled of coconuts. So you could be sitting in high school. It just smelled like coconut everywhere, man. You could close your eyes and you would think that you're like on a Hawaiian beach. Mm-hmm. Open your eyes, I'm sitting in social studies.
It was this is this guy who lived next door to me, and he had a son and a daughter, and they lived there, and it was kind of like a temporary place you could live there for if you were working a job until I think they just moved into town. Okay, they put people up in temporary housing until they found their apartments or whatever. So he's living next door. I think he was from Philly or whatever. So I'm outside talking to him one day, and he's like, "Hey man, I need a favor. I haven't got all my stuff because all my boxes haven't arrived. We just moved in." He said, "Can I borrow your clippers?" And I said, "You're
thinking it's lawn, aren't you?"
I said, he said, your hair clippers, man. I gotta cut my kid's hair. And I said, "Oh man," he said, I don't own any.
I got a flow
hair clippers. And he made the dog look like where his head turned, to the side, looking at me, and I'm like, I don't think white people have clippers all the time. You know what I mean? Maybe some do. But I know I've never.
Dude, a black man's first aid kit. If you opened it, it'd be Vaseline and hair clippers. Just understand.
It does not matter. So I have a couple pairs at home.
I had clippers when I had hair. I got clippers now. To me, it's an understand. It's not for everyone.
Standard.
I grew up with it. It's just to me of course you got hair clippers.
That's how you get a haircut.
Yeah.
Well, I messed up the other day. I asked one of the drivers. I could see underneath his hat, and I just went, dreads, or what? Are you working on waves? And he goes, man, I'm too old for waves. I got dreads under here. And he goes, what are you, like a fashion dude or something? I go, nah, I just grew up in D.C. and recognized the cap underneath.
All right, man. Yeah,
I
cool.
thought you were into barge. What happened to your or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
Is nobody rocking waves anymore? Is that just high school? I mean, when I was in high school, a lot of dudes over at the high school, it was a massive deal. You had to have the waves. And
the wave was huge. That was kind of post Jerry curl, kind of went to waves. And from what I've seen now, for the most part, that's been abandoned. But for the most part. But there's a couple of young cats in the NFL now where I realize, okay, I see what you're doing there, homie. All right,
but also older guys. Like if you go to New Orleans, there's a lot of guys with that kind of that.
All right, the South. Okay, the South is different. All right, listen. If you are black and you are listening to this show, go to Texas and any hairstyle that has ever existed for a black man, they rock it. And you can think it's funny, you can laugh, you can point, but they will tell you they look good, and God damn it, they know it. Yeah, even when I visit my family, God damn. I mean, you know what? Next time I visit the family in Houston, I just want to take a picture. Like, all the brothers, come on, let's get together. I'm taking a picture. I just want you to look at it. You would think that I have photoshopped every decade of the 20th century into one picture. Like,
it's all represented.
Oh, yeah. If it existed, it still does, man.
What happened to your or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Scott. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Hola.
Hola.
So what happened to your hair?
When I was in elementary school, I was living down in Redding, California. Me and my brothers were playing with, those solid rocket boosters for mono rockets.
Yeah.
We had busted a couple of them up on a rock, and I got talked into lighting it. And my brother just told me it'd be like gunpowder, kind of just light a little bit. We've been playing with gunpowder at the time, also taking apart Dad's shotgun shells. And anyway, when I got the match close to it, it all lit on fire, burned my hair and my face all off. I had a little patch left on the back of my head where the flame didn't get me.
Should have let that grow in first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do the rat tail.
Yeah, why not?
It was pretty bad. And I also, at the same time, had 2 sets of stitches on the top of my head. And so I had 3rd-degree burns, no eyelashes, no eyebrows, melted face on the front, no hair on the top with stitches. I looked like Frankenstein. It was terrible.
How long did it take for that to heal up?
A few months before the hair was noticeable, and I can't remember. My mom probably just put a bunch of aloe vera all over my face.
I'm sure she did. So after 3rd-degree burns, it is possible for your skin to heal enough for hair to start growing back?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I guess she didn't take you to the hospital?
No.
Does she need to? At that point, you're like, it's supposed to be aloe.
Yeah, the kids will have a little bit quicker to pull the trigger.
Just take it to the hospital.
Yeah, as far as going to the hospital.
Sure.
But myself, I'll hold off. But I mean, if I start bubbling with my skin, I might need to check myself in someplace. What happened to your or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, David. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. So I was a hair farmer in high school, so I had hair down the middle of my chest somewhere. And one night I went to bed and I swallowed a chunk of it that I swear I had to pull up out of my mouth, and it was down my throat, and it was it was long, 8-12 inches. Pulled it out of my mouth, and it was a horrible, horrible experience. I couldn't breathe, and grabbing it. I woke up and I got it out, and I literally went over to this girl's house, and she shaved it all off with a razor blade. It was December. It was December, and I walked out of that house, and my teeth were chattering so bad I'd never felt so much cold in my life. I tell you. Anyways, it was something else.
Yeah. At least it was your own hair and you could get it out of your mouth. Mm-hmm. Although that is a little. You're right, dude. When you shave your head, when I first shaved my head, you don't give it much thought, but the temperature outside becomes very important to you. I had it's obvious, but you don't think about it. But I love the sensation now, but I hated it at first. But I remember the first time I laid down on my pillow that night, that pillow was so goddamn cold. Right, and I just never felt it on my skull.
I like
before.
a cold pillow, though.
Now I love it. It's like the greatest feeling in the world. But it's going to be cold, so it's not as bad.
My buddy Craig, he'd been growing his hair for about 3 years, so that it was down to the almost the small of his back. I mean, it was a rocking haircut. He was in a band, and he had that look. But he wasn't the biggest. He loved to drink, but he wasn't the biggest smoker in the world.
All right.
So he got hammered one night. We all got hammered one night, and he's like, you know what, man, I'll take a hit off the bong. And it was him and this girl that he was kind of trying to get with at the time. She's like, let's smoke some weed, Craig. And he's like, okay, you know.
I know how that works, yeah.
So he bends over to light this thing, man. And me and my buddy Brett are on the couch, and we can see, you can't see the flame. All you see is that the front of his hair is slowly rising up.
So it's singeing without being on fire.
It's singeing, but you can't see any
kind of like a match. Like there's no...
It's just like oh, no. And it's rising up fast. So Brett jumps off the couch and just starts smacking him in the face. Craig doesn't understand what's going on.
I bet he
doesn't know that his hair's on fire, right? But the way it burned up to bangs. Okay?
Oh, no.
So, bangs, like maybe an inch at the top. And you got to remember, this hair he's got is down to the middle of his back, right? Now he is livid. I mean, livid. So pissed off.
That's why I shouldn't smoke weed, kids.
Because this hair is part of the reason, part of his image.
Mr. Bald.
Part of the reason this girl's over here.
Sure.
Man. He's wearing the combat boots. He's that guy, So he decided the next day that he was going to shave his head. So he needed a little bit of help because we were going to cut his hair first.
But wait, were it burned the bangs off? When you were done slapping him around and he looked up, was it like past his forehead? So it's like a skull.
It was in the middle. It was in the middle of his forehead. I mean, the bangs were as high as they could be and still fall forward.
Right.
Without sticking up. I mean, it looked ridiculous. So we convinced him that let us just shave half of your head for the day.
Like the side of it, right?
Just one half.
Okay.
So he had a full beard too. So he's like, I'm going to go completely bald. No one's going to recognize me. That was his first plan. So we said, okay, we're going to shave half your head. So we shaved half his head, and then we took a blade and we shaved it so it was clean. And then we convinced him that it would be funny to shave the other half of his beard.
Okay, yeah.
So the side that was bald would have a beard on one half, and the other side would be long hair, but it would be clean shaven on the side. We're like, one day, dude, just wear this for one day. He's like, you know what? Hell with it, I'll do it. And he rocked it for a day. And he's like, man, I had more people come up to me.
So how did it go?
More people. He's like, he almost didn't want to. He almost wanted to give it another day. We talked. I'm like, dude, just shave it off, man.
Right.
That's ridiculous because it kept flopping all around and everything. But it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It was awesome.
But he enjoyed the experience afterwards.
He enjoyed the one day of looking like that.
Yeah.
He did not like the fact that he'd spent all the time growing his hair and now it was gone. I mean, now he's bald-headed dude, you know what I mean? And kind of a punk band, so that gives off a different vibe.
Sure. At that time, it was a much different message.
Much different vibe.
Yeah.
So he did not want to be associated with that vibe.
He's the guy that ends up getting his ass kicked after the show. Like, I swear to God, I don't swing that way, man. Like, F you.
Yeah, exactly. What happened to your or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. So, actually, I got two for you.
All right.
One is back when I was in high school, we used to, kind of skip out of high school a little bit, go across the street, like in the morning, go smoke cigarettes and everything. And so, what it was is this girl, it was picture day, this girl wanted to use my lighter. I totally forgot. I had totally, torched the lighter, turned it up so high, it was spitting out fireballs. So I let her use it, though. And she bends over like you would lighting a cigarette, and all of her hair, all of her bangs, because of the hairspray, and so much hairspray in her hair, just lit up.
And this was picture day? Hello?
I said, you said this was picture day?
Yeah, it was on picture day.
And how much of her hair burned off?
Just she had it flared up. It's a late 90s hairstyle.
See, but men and women have different perspectives. So we say, well, you just burned that part. You got the whole thing matters to them.
Look, even to this day, based on that, I rarely buy a Cricket lighter. Because they used
Cricket suck.
There was a time where those things could get a little dangerous on you, as far as just leaking fuel, how much like the flame would get like to be 9 inches long. You know what I mean? It was just like just a little bit of shift in your pocket with the.
It sounds dumb. Spend the extra 39 cents for the Bic because you're right. The cricket, for whatever reason, man, they kind of spit the fuel out at you. So you go to light a cigarette. And look, I'm bald now, so it's okay. But
it's like, oh god,
yeah. Or you borrow the lighter, and like you said, the flame comes out and it's 8 inches tall. You're like, God damn!
Have you seen the new ones they have, where it's almost like a little torch?
I have not.
Not by anyone doing anything legal.
Now,
yes,
you're smoking a bowl. They're pretty good
in the wind. Yeah.
But also, with that said, I've definitely been home drunk one night and burnt my thumb.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, it takes like that 1/2 a second, and then it's like, I'm lighting part of my thumb on fire.
What happened to you or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
He's talking about that chick on Picture Day. Said she had a lot of product in her hair. So in Baltimore, there was a place called Hammerjacks. And during the 80s, this was like the rock club. It's probably like Showbox, right? Held 12 to 1,500 people.
Except we have to remember the music at the time where Showbox might have been a little bit more progressive with acts.
This was
Hammerjacks was straight metal. Right. There was no rap. There was no country.
Right,
there was no dance. This place was just a rock venue. So
what's the famous movie about the mom that's killing everybody?
Mom that's killing everybody.
It's one of the guy's movies, but it ends in Hammerjacks. Like, that's like a famous scene.
Yes. God damn it.
That'll give you a prime example of what that club was like.
So at this time, bands like Poison were huge and all that. And it was Serial Mom. And while Poison, I don't believe they played there, you had all the phony bands that are trying to be Poison, okay? But all the dudes that rolled into this joint were also trying to be Poison or Bon Jovi or whatever. Basically, it's a lot of white dudes with a whole lot of product in their hair and a lot of Aquanet or whatever the hell it is they use. But back then, you could still smoke indoors. And after not quite a tragic accident, but after some not so great things went down, I remember walking the Hammerjacks and they had big ass signs. And this was the first time I'd ever seen a non-smoking sign indoors anywhere. All right. You could smoke in the club still. You could not smoke in the men's bathroom. Because when you walked into the men's bathroom, nobody in there is peeing or pooping. They're just putting product in their hair. Seriously, they had to post a sign that said, look, even if you're already smoking and you're going to walk into the bathroom, you had to extinguish your cigarette before you walked in, to the point they hired a separate bouncer just to stand outside of the bathroom. They didn't care if you were blowing lines and shooting heroin. Didn't matter. Please do not smoke a cigarette or anything else, because an open flame in that bathroom is a time bomb.
Here you go.
Like 3 years.
1985, Megadeth, Joan Jett, Deep Purple. Oh, they do have Cyndi Lauper. Dangerous Toys. Bang Tango played at Hammerjacks, to give you an idea. Black Crowes, Winger, Wrathchild America, Lynch Mob, Kicks, Ramones, Extreme, and Alice in Chains. What a bill that was. Iggy Pop and Alice in Chains.
Iggy Pop and Alice in Chains.
L.A. Guns, Faith No More. Yeah, there's a ton of bands played there. Brittany Fox.
That was the chick, wasn't it? Or was that the band?
It was a band that looked like chicks.
I was thinking Samantha Fox, right?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Gore, Bullet Boys.
I don't think a band that looked like chicks in the late 80s narrows it down.
Yeah.
It really does.
Steelheart, Leah Ford.
It was very confusing there for a while. Ooh. They're all in spandex.
That's a show, The Cramps and Pantera. Some good stuff there. All right, a question. What happened to your or someone else's hair? 206-421-ROCK.
This Father's Day, refresh Dad's tool collection with the sweetest brands like Cobalt at Lowe's. Right now, you can buy one select Cobalt 24-volt max kit and get one select Cobalt Bear tool free, up to a $139 value. The gift of powering Dad's summer projects is priceless. Shop Lowe's in-store or online today to make it happen. While supplies last, valid 5/2 through 7/31.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
The future will be amazing, and that's all well and good. But what about today? You can feel the rush of a 400-horsepower Nissan Z, or climb to new heights in the all-terrain Nissan Frontier. Light up the road in the all-electric Nissan Ariya that feels like a sci-fi dream come true. The future will be great, but today is made for thrill. All you have to do is get in a Nissan and drive. 2023 Ariya and Z not yet available for purchase. Expected availability is this spring for 2023 Z and this fall for 2023 Ariya.